What is the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? Do you brush your teeth right away? Do you comb your hair or wash your face? The answer is probably no, because checking social media accounts is what people usually do nowadays. I am literally one of those people who do this. Social media changed the way people interact and communicate, as many people prefer social media conversations than face to face or over the phone conversations. According to Pew Research Center, 75% of US adults use Facebook and YouTube between year 2018 and 2019. Today, I will discuss the positive and negative effects of social media on three specific areas: its effects on education, business, and society. But before we examine its impacts to these three fields, let us first define social media. What is social media? It is a platform or computer tools that allow users to share their ideas, photos, events, videos, and many more. An example of this is Facebook. It is founded by Mark Zuckerberg. It is the most popular social media site in the world. According to Pew Research Center, in the United States, there is 71% of Americans who have Facebook accounts. There are so many other social media sites aside from Facebook. The statistics portal Statistica reports that after Facebook, the most popular media sites worldwide are WhatsApp, WeChat, Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter. In 2016, according to We Are Social, about 2.31 billion people, or almost a third of the world's population, used social media. Now, we know what social media is. I will now discuss the positive and negative effects of social media on education. For educational purposes, social media innovates the learning process of students. It improves the students' cooperation. It serves as an easy tool for the students' cooperation and communicate with their classmates, with their projects, and other things for school. For teachers, they may post class activities, homework, events on it because they know a lot of the students have social media accounts. Those are some of the positive effects of social media on education. However, social media affects education negatively too, particularly on students. Social media can be a source of distraction, making them to focus more on their social media accounts than studying. Because of this, students lose their ability to engage themselves in the classroom. It affects the students' abilities to spell correctly and compose grammatically correct writings due to so much typing. And those tools have autocorrect functions. These are some of the negative impacts of social media on education. Now we know how social media affects the education. I will now discuss how it affects business. The social media service LinkedIn allows professionals to connect with employers in an instinctive way. LinkedIn enhances the member's profile. It serves as a meeting platform where professionals exchange experiences and ideas. Social media is also the new effective area in marketing. Many of the organizations promote their business by advertising their product or services through social media and to attract customers and clients. On the other hand, social media has negative impacts on business. The rate of many negative social media expressions against a brand or service is the implication of social media. In the business field, it can be risky because many of the followers are free to post their opinions on a brand or product, and that negative comment can lead to the company's failure. According to YouGov survey data from 997 consumers, 58% suffer from a decrease in short-term brand perceptions, and 40% suffer long-term negative effects, indicating that social media can truly harm a business. Also, making business through social media is time-consuming. A company should assign people to always boost the pages and profiles. Most of the companies have difficulty measuring the results of social media advertising. After knowing the different effects of social media on education and business, finally, we will now tackle how social media affects the society. There has been a significant increase in the number of people who say they follow politics and news on social media. According to 2016 survey by the Media Insight Project, 51% of Americans get their news from social networking sites, and 87% of them get it from Facebook. Many people prefer social media as their source for news because they can personalize the information they get, and it provides them the most updated information. In addition, social media helps people to connect easily with anyone because of its convenience over traditional methods of communication. Social networking sites give people the opportunity to reconnect with old friends and classmates, make new friends, share pictures, videos, opinions, and feelings with one another. However, there are negative effects of social media on the society too. Using social media can make people addicted. Many people spend huge amount of their time on social media. The Informate Mobile Intelligence Research Company reported that Americans check their Facebook, Twitter, and other social media accounts 17 times a day. In other words, at least once every waking hour, if not more. But Americans are not the most dependent on these networking sites compared to the smartphone users in Thailand, Argentina, Malaysia, Qatar, Mexico, and South Africa, who check these sites at least 40 times a day. This proves that people are becoming too dependent on social media. According to some researchers, dependence on social media is an unhealthy addiction. It can cause chemical reactions in the body that result to addiction. Social media usage causes the brain to release a neurotransmitter called dopamine that produces the brain to release the feeling of the pleasure. A reason why people spend a lot of time using social media is because they want to keep feeling the pleasure related with the dopamine release. Another negative impact of social media on society is the use of a person's social media activity in divorce cases as evidence. According to the American Academy of Matrimonial Lawyers, or AAML, 81% of divorce lawyers saw an increase in evidence from social media sites. The posts and comments a person make, photos uploaded, and other information found on the social media site could be used against them or could be used to dispute a testimony in the court. People are advised to be careful about what you do online because someone is probably watching. As the social media has become the everyday routine for many people, its impacts on different categories varies. For students, it is either an effective way of communication or a distraction. In the business field, it either helps a company's performance or it destroys its credibility. Most people use social media to easily connect with anyone, but being too dependent on it can be addicted. Overall, social media is both beneficial and harmful to people.